If you feel like you've tried every diet out there and you still cannot lose weight, this video is for you. Today, I'm gonna be taking you guys through 3 hidden ingredients that most people don't know about that's actually hidden in the foods that we're eating. And we're gonna be diving into the science behind the effects it has on your body, how it can actually cause you to gain weight, and replacements to do instead. If you guys don't know me, I'm Elizabeth with ElizabethAylorFitness. I have my 4-year degree, kinesiology, CSCS, and I'm a holistic nutritionist and a gas practitioner. We talk everything gut health, wellness, and training here, so make sure to subscribe. I got 3 new videos every single week. Let's dive into it. Here are the 3 hidden ingredients that can lead to weight gain. We hear it all the time. Eat fat will make you fat. But is this really the truth? And I'm gonna say no. Our first hidden ingredient is going to be vegetable oils. So you guys may have heard of these. Vegetable oils are basically, they come from seeds, they come from legumes, grains, and it's an extraction process, okay? These vegetable oils are found in a lot of things like oat milk, mayo, they're in granola, fried foods. If you go to restaurants and you get extra virgin olive oil, a lot of the times they cut it with these canola oils and these cottonseed oils and safflower oils. They're also in hummus, dips, and if you go to Chipotle, they put it in the rice. So what is wrong with these vegetable oils? So vegetable oils, I'm gonna give you a little example. If you guys have ever used margarine, you know margarine. What happens to make this margarine is this. It goes through a 17-step process, okay guys? First off, it is coming from GMO, then they're using hexane and other chemicals to bleach it, to get their solvent, so they're extracting it. They extract the oil out of it and all of these chemicals and bleaches and everything. They put it there, and that creates your margarine, okay? And this oil is very inflammatory to the body. So now that you kind of see a little example of how, something just like margarine that we're told, is a good replacement for butter is actually very, very inflammatory to the body because of the extraction process and the type of omega-6 fatty acid it is. So here's the deal, guys. All of these sunflower oil, safflower oil, all these partially hydrogenated vegetable oils are very inflammatory to the body. They're hidden in a lot of our foods. They disrupt our gut microbiome, and when we cook with them, or when you're in a restaurant and they're frying the foods with them, these create free radicals, these high omega-6s, the free radicals in the body, they lead to chronic inflammation. And like I said, gut-brain connection, all linked. If your gut microbiome is messed up, if you're not absorbing and assimilating your nutrients, that affects your hormones and that affects your metabolism. So I really focus on a high omega-3 diet, and I replace doing my, doing margarine. Instead, I utilize ghee. Ghee is a great one, and you can even cook with things such as avocado oil and coconut oil and even tallow, which have a high heat index and aren't gonna go and oxidize and create free radicals when you cook with them. So now, you wanna lose weight, you start making healthy choices, you gravitate toward the gluten-free and the keto foods, but this next hidden ingredient could be disrupting your progress that we're gonna be talking about. So we're gonna actually put our second hidden ingredient as sugar alcohols. So sugar alcohols are actually 1/3 less calories than sugar. And a lot of people tend to go to them when they go toward a healthy diet. They're like, okay, I'm trying to lose weight, less calories, boom, weight loss, win, right? Right and wrong. So sugar alcohols, a few of them are actually erythritol, xylitol, isomalt. These are just to name a few, okay? These sugar alcohols are actually undigested by the body. What happens is sometimes when people with sensitive guts start going toward more of these, sugar alcohols, these healthier keto, gluten-free options that have all these in them, they start seeing the scale go up and they think they're gaining weight. And what happens is these sugar alcohols, they're not digested by the body. they pull water into the bowels and they can create gas, bloating, diarrhea. That can cause water retention and swelling. And this is dependent on the individual, but for some people, this does happen. So if you're that type of person that you've added in more of these, I guess, keto sweets and you're doing a lot of sugar alcohols, and you're getting a lot of like digestive issues, that could be the thing. And it may not be true weight gain. It could actually just be water retention and gas and bloating and just digestive issues from those sugar alcohols in that fermentation process. Also, I did notice having these sugar alcohols in their diet sometimes led to just having those cravings, and some people, when it comes to weight loss, were better just cutting them out, sticking to their whole foods, and that really helps get rid of cravings. Because remember, these sugar alcohols, they do affect, again, your gut microbiome, and your gut microbiome affects your brain, anxiety, your hormones, fat metabolism, all of that. How many times have you been in a store and you see something as simple as dried fruit or, yogurt, and you're like, okay, yogurt, healthy protein, or okay, dried fruit, I'm gonna get some prunes, that's gonna give me good fiber, and then you turn it around. And if you look at this, it's actually loaded with a ton of added sugars. And you would think, okay, if you're getting like dried prunes or dried mango, like it's already sweet. Why would you need to add that extra sugar? So we are gonna dive into the third ingredient, which is going to be added sugars. A lot of the times you go to the store, you pick up these foods. It could be healthy granola that you think is healthy. It could be dried fruit. It could be pasta sauces loaded with cane sugar and high fructose corn syrup, and there's other, just to name a few. So here's the deal, guys. When we are consuming food, okay, just consuming food, we have insulin. Insulin is our fat storage hormone. When you're consuming fats and protein, those have a smaller spike on your insulin levels. If you are consuming a added sugar, especially coming from like high fructose corn syrup or a cane sugar, that is going to spike it immediately. And what happens, that spike shuts off your glucagon, which is our fat burner, and this turns on our insulin, which is our fat storer. If we're consuming a diet that is high in a lot of these added sugars, that could be, like I said, in healthy things that you're eating. They could be added in these healthy dried fruits. They could be added in your yogurt that you think is so healthy. They could be added in your pasta sauces, and you just don't know it. And when you're consuming these a long time, it can actually lead to insulin resistance, other metabolic issues, as well as if you are constantly snacking throughout the day. If you watch any of my other videos, I talk about if you aren't allowing that migrating motor complex and giving that, time for your body to start, burning through the insulin shut off, get glucagon to turn on 90 minutes later to go into our fat burning zone, then that affects gut microbiome. That affects our fat burning zone. That affects everything. Next time you go to pick a label or you go to use something that is in a dressing or whatever, just like we talked about with vegetable oils, look at the ingredient list and see how much sugar is in it. Swapping out a pasta sauce with one, Prego with 10 grams of sugar for something over here, like, for example, like Primal Kitchen or something that has no sugar in it and doesn't have sugar alcohols and stuff. Or hey, just make your own pasta sauce with some avocado oil. So you could do some basil, you can get some fresh tomatoes and cook it down and roast them, and that would be absolutely delicious. So make sure you are reading your labels and check for those added sugars and know that they do affect our blood sugar levels, guys. So really watch out when you are reading those labels and check for these added sugars and know that they do affect our body when it comes to, our fat metabolism, causing us to get more cravings because of the constant insulin spike, changing our gut microbiome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to know below, what would you guys like me to dive more into next? Would you like me to do, salad dressing recipes that you can make and healthy alternatives? Or would you like more education on gut health and metabolism and hormones? I'd love to hear it below, so throw it below. And one more thing, guys, if you do want more information on metabolism, fat loss, intermittent fasting, I have a whole playlist titled Fat Loss. I have one intermittent fasting, and you can find so many more videos on the science behind your hormones, gut microbiome, and how it affects everything when it comes to achieving your optimal health and your highest vitality. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Make sure to subscribe below, and I will see you tomorrow for our weekly live Q&A.